Why does this video seem like it's meant to stay unnoticed? Not because it contains anything forbidden or inappropriate, but because it reveals uncomfortable truths. Truths about how female psychology often works, what genuinely influences attraction, and how relationship dynamics are shaped. There's a reason she started pulling away just when you were giving her your full attention. There's a reason her interest faded right when you were ready to give her everything. Why isn't this discussed more openly? There's a reason she chose someone else, even though you cared more deeply, invested more of yourself, and had sincere intentions. The real issue is that no one ever explained the actual rules at play. Instead, you were taught that if things fell apart, the blame must belong to you. You weren't attractive enough, confident enough, or masculine enough. But the truth is far more complicated. It isn't that you're a bad man, you're simply following the wrong set of rules. The hidden principle is surprisingly simple. Once you understand what women genuinely respond to and what they rarely admit openly, you'll stop blaming yourself and chasing validation. You'll begin acting like a man who understands the bigger picture. First truth. Few people are willing to say this directly. Kindness alone doesn't create attraction. Emotional neediness slowly destroys it. You were told to always accommodate her, make her your priority, and place her at the center of your life. But the moment a woman becomes your entire world, respect starts to disappear. She wants to feel valued, but she doesn't want to carry the full weight of your emotional well-being. One of the biggest mistakes many men make is projecting the energy of, "I can't live without you." That doesn't draw her closer, it pushes her away. A woman wants to share your life, not become the only thing in it. That's why men who stay committed to their own purpose and direction naturally inspire her desire to walk beside them. Second painful truth. A woman may tell you she loves you while feeling emotionally disconnected inside. What keeps a relationship alive isn't love by itself, it's respect. Once respect fades, affectionate words and physical closeness begin to lose their meaning. She may still be there physically, but emotionally she's already drifting away because she no longer believes in your strength or your direction. You'll notice it in subtle ways. Her attention shifts toward her phone. Intimacy becomes less frequent. The warmth that once existed slowly fades. You tell yourself it's only temporary, never realizing that respect often disappears quietly. And once it's truly gone, restoring it becomes incredibly difficult. Third truth. Women recognize emotional dependence long before men do, and that's usually when attraction starts fading. She may test you with questions like, "Why didn't you call?" or "Did you miss me?" You mistake these moments for growing interest and respond by giving even more attention, time, and emotional energy. Little by little, you change from an independent man into someone whose mood depends on her responses. From her perspective, this signals that you've lost your inner stability, and few things weaken attraction faster than feeling she has to lead the man who should be emotionally grounded. Practical truth. Women frequently test boundaries, sometimes without consciously realizing they're doing it. If those boundaries aren't protected, respect gradually erodes. It usually begins with small things, canceling plans, harmless-looking flirting with other people, or subtle remarks that undermine you. If you ignore these behaviors just to avoid conflict, you communicate that you won't stand up for yourself or your values. The answer isn't anger or aggression, it's remaining calm while firmly reinforcing your boundaries. That quiet confidence reflects inner strength and self-respect, the very qualities that help create a sense of security in a relationship. Final truth. A woman may still care about you while losing her sense of attraction if you stop respecting yourself. When you abandon your ambitions, stop improving, and let your discipline disappear, she notices, even if she never says a word. Over time, she no longer sees the man she was first drawn to. Instead, she sees someone who has quietly surrendered his drive. Deep down, she begins asking herself, if he won't fight for his own future, how will he fight for ours? The biggest lesson is this. Women don't necessarily need the wealthiest man or the flawless man. They are often drawn to a man who remains steady under pressure, stays committed to his path, values self-respect more than approval, and never loses his identity inside a relationship.
That's also why these ideas aren't often explained clearly. The moment you stop chasing validation and begin living from your own inner strength, everything starts to shift. You no longer depend on her reactions for your sense of worth.